Good day. Welcome back to 340 Caribbean Culture. Today, we're making one of our favorite items from back home, paté. We'll be making some beef paté and some saltfish paté. By no means am I saying that, oh, this is Virgin Islands. No, I'm not, because nobody ever really taught me how to make paté and stuff like that when I was growing up. Everything was like by trial and error, and then my buddy Kaale, aka Yankee, I watched him make his patés and Johnny cake and stuff, and I just took what I knew and what I saw him do, and took it from there. All right. First I'm gonna go in with a few cups of all-purpose flour. This container itself holds 3 cups. Might do a total of 6 cups total. Just sifting the flour. Get all the lumps out of it. By no means am I considered a professional baker. When it comes to baking and stuff like that, I leave that up to my wife. So, I'll probably do about 6 cups. My wife said she would do it, but I said, you know what? By the time she get home, it's gonna be late and some more. So I'm gonna just knock it out. Whatever is left over, I can just fry as Johnny cakes. If any's left over. Put this aside. Get your hands a little wash. And then, like I said before, I always keep bleach water close by. Put this away. Don't need this anymore. I have some in a smaller container. Alright, one thing I always say, make anything with flour, it can become extremely messy. Alright, this is 6 cups. Probably a little more than 6 cups of flour. Okay? Normally they will use like shortening, but I don't have any shortening. I just started the shortening that we had, and I haven't got a chance to replace it because I don't use shortening like that. As you can see, I just washed my hands, so I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna start breaking up the flour and the butter. I'm gonna combine it. Now, what she would normally do, she would take the butter and she would melt the butter in the milk, so it will combine a lot easier. Probably to take a little more butter. using. Not a whole lot more. All you're trying to do is really combine the flour and the butter, you know, make it evenly distributed. I'm basically making it by feel, okay? Like I said, nobody really taught me, so I don't have specific measurements. I just go with what I feel is right. Like what mommy does say. And you know, wifey also says it, your ancestors tell you when to stop, you know. And to be honest, most Caribbean households don't really go too much with measurements anyway. It's all about the feel, and it's all about listening to your inner soul. I think that should be fine right there. Get some of this flour off my hands. Put my milk back. Sorry, my butter. All right, now that we've done that, this is basically the dry ingredients. I just have my teaspoon. I'm gonna wash this off. I tend to always have bleach water close by, so going in with like that much. This is a teaspoon. People go in with 2 and 3 of them. I'm not. And this is baking powder. Baking powder actually helps it.
Make a fluffy dough.
Anybody in the comments want to leave tips and instructions, bring it on. I really will appreciate it. There should be enough sugar. What size is this? I don't have my glasses on. I don't know, but this will work. Okay. That should work. All right, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put the paddle on. I'm gonna give it a mix. I'm just trying to basically combine the ingredients. All right, I'm gonna turn this to the side. Like I said, I'm not a baker. Okay, normally, you know, I saw my mom when she make Johnny cake and stuff, she used the canned milk. I just went looking on a shelf for canned milk, and I didn't see any. So Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and mix this up. If I need a little more, then I'm add some more. All right, my bad. Now that I mix up, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go in with the dough hook. May have to add a tad bit more flour to it. It looks a little wet. My disclaimer is, I'm not a baker. I'm just doing what she does say. Scrape it down. My bad. Something I always say, read the instructions. Lock it that way. All right, y'all. This is what the dough looks like. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna let it sit for a little bit, probably about an hour or so. I'm gonna wrap it up and I'm gonna let it poof, okay? I'm gonna get some oil into the pan, just a little bit. And then I'm gonna add my vegetables, let them cook down. I got some avocado oil. You don't need a whole lot. Let that heat up. And I'm gonna turn this one on so it can get boiling so I can scald off my saltfish. This is not an in-depth video, but you can follow along step by step while the process is going on. I already got onions. I got scallions. I got peppers. I'm just splitting it in half. Some for the saltfish and some for the ground beef. Have some seasoning to the bone. Where's the other one? And season to the bone all-purpose. Now I'm not going to go in with too much of this because this here has some Scotch bonnet in there. And the time when you feel a little threatened by pepper is over with. I have a half a tube of ground beef. Put that in. Little tube that helps break up the ground beef. My stove is clean. It's all my hands. Let that cook down some. Garlic. Alright, while this is continuing to cook, the water is up to temperature. It's not a rapid boil or anything yet, but It's out there. It's getting there. I'm taking my saltfish, put it in the water so it can scald off. And be mindful, if you're cooking for your family, it is fine. But if you actually cooking for somebody else, be very mindful because you don't want to cross-contaminate fish. You don't want to cross-contaminate fish with the meat. Okay? So I'm putting my container away in the sink and I'm washing my hands. I'm gonna start seasoning some more. Start some packets. Got 3 of them. Got some all-purpose or complete seasoning. Some black pepper. Onion powder. Now, I'll be honest, I do not like granulated, I do not like regular onion powder. You know, that fine stuff, I prefer the granulated. That stuff is, I don't know, it's kind of messy. Going in with a tad bit of tomato paste. Nothing really to talk about. And to be honest, I should have put this in first and let it kind of cook through on the bottom of the pot. And what it does is adds flavor and it brings out the sweetness in the tomatoes. Going with a little bit of Maggi. That's about a teaspoon. I'm just continuing to add more and more flavor. Before I make the patés, I'm going to take these out. Add some flavor rice. This is some more season to the bone. This is the all-purpose. And this is the season. That. This is what the ground beef look like. I already drained all the fat out of it. It still has a little bit, but nothing really to talk about. And I'm working on the saltfish, where you see all of that foam. That's the salt coming out of the meat. Alright, overhead this is the same, more or less the same treatment. Some avocado oil. And this time some butter. That's getting hot. I'm gonna go in with the butter. I don't know why, it's a kind of nostalgia. My mom, saltfish, used to taste buttery. And for some reason, I guess I always add an extra bit of butter for that. Even though I have never honestly recreated her taste. But it's just nostalgia for me. Well, that's coming up to temp. I'm gonna just go in and start adding the vegetables. Scallions, onions, peppers. Now this one I'm going to be mindful. Now I always remember when you do stuff like saltfish and stuff like patés, it's not made the same exact way that you would make your ground beef on a regular. It's made so that it's flavorful, but it doesn't. You really don't want like a gravy. to it. You want it to be moist, because you don't want no dry pate, but you also don't want for it to be too liquidy. I'm trying to get more of the time leaves and the time stems. It's all good whichever direction because they can always come up. Now you don't completely soak out all the salt, but you don't want it so salty that you can't eat it. You break up the saltfish. Now this is boneless and skinless saltfish, okay? Now I love to add tomatoes into my mix, but as usual I try to omit it because I don't want to be rushing my wife to the hospital. This is why I go in with garlic. I'm going in with some black pepper. Some all-purpose. This one gets no salt. This is where you want to stay away from like the Maggi and stuff like that because of the sodium content. Some onion powder. And even though I just put garlic in there, I'm going to go in with some more garlic powder. Before I taste it, I'm going to put the cover on it. I'm going to let it cook down a little bit and spring its own little juices, okay? You turn this down. Alright, this is what the saltfish look like. It's nice and moist, okay? I finally got my dough.
I'm adding some flour to the dough.
Save or Captain Save or whatever, and try to act like I'm this magic baker. Right? Feels alright. Alright. There's stuff I usually let her do. It'll be a lot better if I put it on the counter, but I think this might be a little easier for me to clean up. Alright. I had to get some Johnny cakes in. Hey guys, just want to say thank you for coming back. I really appreciate you guys. Every time you come back and watch another video, I really appreciate it. Subscribers has actually went up a little bit, and I thank you. And for those that are actually watching and not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. Hit the like button, hit the notification bell, so when I drop another video, you can actually see it and be notified that it's actually been uploaded and ready for you to view. Now, I haven't made patés in Lord knows how long. I'm usually the man that makes the dough, and or wifey will make the dough. Most of the time she'll make the dough when we're making when we're making patties. But I'll make the dough when I'm making Johnny cakes, and I usually just knock it out more or less the same dough, but my fingers ain't as intricate as hers folding that stuff, and I ain't down with all that. But either which way, I did it, and they turned out pretty good. A little beat up, but it turned out pretty good. All my little stuff that I usually would use, I have all my stuff sitting in storage. It's kind of difficult to pull all this stuff out for a smaller kitchen. Commercial kitchen, I can pull all that stuff out and do what I gotta do, but this kitchen, nah. Occasionally I'll do it, but that's usually her go-to. We tag team, and I'll make the stuff in and stuff like that, and she'll fill it and fry it, or she'll fill it and I'll fry it, and she's not here, so I gotta do what I gotta do. Turned out pretty good, but like I said, it looked a little beat up, some of them at least. When I first started, I kind of made the dough a little too thin. By no means, I don't do a whole lot of puff bakery or pastry or whatever. That's her department. But I'm always willing to try and get something done if I have to. Now, a little more prep time, I can take it and I'll get it to how I want it and have them sitting there, and then I'll just pull them in and fry them. I'll pull out the deep fryer and just go ahead and drop them all in. Well, not all, but I could drop quite a bit in my deep fryer and get them done, but enough rambling. Thank you for coming back again, like I said. And I really appreciate you guys. Hit the notification bell. Come on back for the next video. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Until next time, love ya.